I didn't realize this outfit also came with a tail. Yeah, welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. I just wanted to show off the DLC outfits while I'm doing the DLC, and this is the most ridiculous one available, so I used it both in this and my last outfit. So, last time we completed Camilla's Divine Paralog, in my opinion, probably the most difficult of the Divine Paralogs, and this time we'll be leveling up Camilla with who I plan to use her on. This is also cursed. You know, it's funny we should have Clan as the opponent here, because I was originally planning on using Camilla on Yunaka, because of the cavalry movement type for +2 movements. But Yunaka's defense is not really good enough, I feel, to be flying all over the place, and her magic is okay, but it's not the best. However, Clan is surprisingly bulky in terms of defense, and he has the cavalry movement type. A flying Clan with Camilla's bolt axe? That might be fun.
I'm Camilla. No need to be so nervous. Clan, I've been meaning to say, I am impressed by how hard you work.
Thank you, Lady Camilla. If you ever need anything at all, please, just ask.
I mean, she probably gravitated towards him because he was using Corrin for so long, but still. Oh, lightning would be really fun on Clan, too.
Clan, Divine Dragon Fan Club co-founder!
I am the eldest princess of Nor, Camilla.
It would make so much sense for her to counter with Camilla, Corrin Fan Club founder.
Excuse me, Lady Camilla. I'm grateful for your praise, but don't you think it's a little much?
Not at all, dear Clan. You've been such a great help, both to me and the others.
Yeah, I just noticed she was very far away in the sea bond, and that's a little too close, Camilla.
I'm Camilla. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you.
Please stop. Okay, she doesn't raise magic, and that could be a slight issue.
Lady Camilla!
I'll protect you.
We'll see how this works, though I am worried about that lack of magic boosting. Amber, how do you already have this much SP? Because I can actually get Axe Power too. I think I'll grab that. I haven't been getting a whole lot of use out of Veil's Draconic Hex, and I actually wonder if favorite food for more Soren uptime might be better.
For you, I will do my best.
I feel empty inside.
Oh, okay. Didn't know Ivy could do that either. But I do need to loop Veil's class. But now it's time for my favorite of the Divine Paralogs. Across this sea, on this floating island, we have the Hero's Sanctuary. A bracelet has been sighted on an island floating in the sky. Let's see who we'll meet here. I mean, you know, you already know because you've seen the video title and thumbnail, but still. Aaliyah doesn't. The Lonely Heir.
Incredible! Another island among the clouds.
Yeah, sort of similar to the Somniel.
I can sense another bracelet near here. We're quite close now, I'm certain. Ah, there it is. The bracelet of the Lonely Heir.
Yeah, you know all about her, considering how many bajillions of ults you've had in her game.
I hope the emblem inside is friendly. Well, time to find out.
Oh, Aaliyah. If you thought Soren was unfriendly...
Heed our summons. Emblem of Heroes.
The first and only emblem from a spin-off game. Veronica brings with her the power of gacha. Thankfully, no microtransactions required. I'm gonna start by jumping the gun on Bond's skills because Book of World deserves its own slide. Think of this as an evolving effect that gets stronger the more turns a character uses weight without attacking. It advances by one stage each time, and every stage includes all the previous stages. Wait the full 5 turns and you'll get ally healing, self-healing, damage the foe after combat, setting their space on fire, and freezing the foe. though you can use dancing to get multiple weights in a single turn. But the first effect, Freeze, is pretty easy to access and arguably its most useful one. But Veronica's main gimmick requires you to be engaged. First is her engaged skill, Contract. This grants another action to an ally, with the caveat that they cannot move during this action. So it's not quite as effective as a Dance, Goddess Dance, or Raging Storm. The difference is, you can combine this with all of those. +1 to the potential actions of the Emblem of Rivals. Dragons give the ally an all stats buff during the action, coverts buff the hit and avoid of that ally, and backup units have Veronica's unit participate in a chain attack during the ally's action. This is an amazing skill, like anything that grants extra actions. But don't forget Veronica's engage attack, Summon Hero. When you use this, you choose a type of summoning stone, red for swords, blue for lances, green for axes, and colourless for everything else. And roll on that gacha! There's a 30% chance of summoning a base class fabrication 2 levels below the user, a 40% chance of a promoted fabrication at the user's level, and a 30% chance of an emblem 2 levels higher than the user. The game already had combat data for the emblems that's used in the arena and in their paralogs, but now's your chance to actually use those emblems. Regardless of what type it is, Veronica's summon is fully controllable and lasts until it either dies or until Veronica's engage wears off. That's important to remember. It can't gain experience, but it can do anything a normal unit can, and unlike the rest of your army, it's completely expendable. Think of it as one of Lin's clones, except it can actually move. There's a ton of uses for this, even the weak 3-star summons. Speaking of which, the game says that dragons summon a powerful unit, but what this means is they remove 3 stars from the pool and add the 3-star rate to the 4-star rate. For backups, the summoned unit has the dual strike skill, though many summoned emblems are already backup units, so depending on what you get, this might be useless. Cavalry though, add move +1 to the summon, which is always useful. And would you believe me if I said I haven't even covered the most broken aspect of Veronica yet? Because her Bond 1 sync skill is the absolutely disgusting Reprisal. If unit's HP is not full, adds 30% of lost HP to attack. Remember, this is attack, not damage, which means if you get a critical, this amount is multiplied. I have seen absolutely bonkers damage from this on an Ike Vantage Wrath build. Oh, and at Bond 18, this now adds 50% of your lost HP to attack. Oh, and Veronica can also boost your level, because why not? And at Bond 13, you get 20 more SP for every enemy you defeat, even without a ring or bracelet equipped, which makes it even easier to inherit her ridiculously broken skills. Oh, and to the surprise of no one, her engage weapons are also broken. The first one is, and excuse me for not speaking Old Norse, I think this is pronounced Hlithskjalf? While it might look like a staff, it's treated as a tome for game mechanics, and if you initiate combat with it, the enemy can't counterattack, because Veronica. And at Bond 10, you get Fortify Plus, a staff with effectively infinite uses that restores HP for all allies in range and also cures their status, something regular Fortify can't even do. And at Bond 15, you get Elevaga. It means ice waves in Norse. It's pretty powerful, and it also nullifies any stat buffs on the foe for 1 turn. Veronica's stat bonuses cap out at +4 resistance, +6 luck, and +5 magic, tied for the highest magic boost in the game. For inheritance, the main thing you should be concerned with is Reprisal, because again, that is disgusting. It's expensive to inherit, but it's very well worth it if you have manuals. I was also very surprised to find Book of Worlds was inheritable. SP conversion is also a tempting inheritance. Just remember that you need to defeat 15 enemies with it equipped in order to make back the skill's cost. Her stat bonus is Magic and Dex Plus, which may be useful on Ivy. and her guard skill is Knife Guard. Enemies with knives are deceptively hard hitting, so this might be more useful than you'd think. In terms of proficiencies though, Veronica is very outclassed. Micaiah gives staves far earlier, and everyone gives tomes earlier. But that tiny hiccup won't stop Veronica from being one of the most broken emblems in the game.
I am Veronica, Imperial Princess of Embla. Name yourself.
Same voice actress as Lynn, but this sounds like more Lynn's emo teen phase.
Hello, Emblem Veronica. I'm the Divine Dragon. It's an honor.
An honor. What a strange thing to say.
I'm honored to speak with such a distinguished emblem. There's nothing strange about that. And it just so happens we need all the allies we can get. Would you consider joining us?
Joining you as your ally? You have it the wrong way around. It is you who would be joining the Emblean army. But very well, I accept. You may join the heroes I have summoned from other worlds.
So, Alear is getting some role reversal here, finally meeting someone else who does the same thing they do, just on a much greater scale.
You can do that?
Yes, where I come from, that power belongs to one called the Summoner. When I became an emblem, I developed the same ability. Now I am gathering heroes from other worlds, that I might bring the Kingdom of Asker to ruin.
I've never heard of any Kingdom of Asker.
Never mind that. You will make a fine pawn in my schemes.
So this version of Veronica is taken from early in Heroes when she was still a villain, which makes her by far the, quote-unquote token evil teammate of the emblems.
Now, hold on a second.
There is no time for delay. I must make you my hero before the Summoner can do the same.
You're a little late to that, Veronica. This is kind of hilarious now that Alear already has, like, a legendary ult in Heroes, so, yeah, a lot of people have already summoned Alear. I'm so sorry.
Prepare yourself for combat. The victor commands the vanquished.
Oh no, the stakes have never been higher. If Alear loses this battle, everyone will be forced to see him in a swimsuit.
Wait! I don't want to fight!
You don't have a choice. Let's begin.
At the same time though, when I found out that Veronica was going to be one of the DLC emblems, I was really psyched because, yeah, Heroes representation in a mainline Fire Emblem game. Never in a million years did I expect that. And what's also really cool is the sort of subtle reference here. You're split into 2 squads of 4, essentially 2 heroes teams. But okay, the map itself looks really nice, but it's a series of floating islands. The basic idea is half your squad takes on this half of the map, the other takes on this half of the map. Your goal is to step on both of these activation tiles. And we also have the Lonely Heir herself, Veronica, and her staff that's actually a tome in disguise. You do have to watch out for reprisal, and if she initiates combat, then you won't be able to counterattack her. But she'll also use Summon Hero to, well, summon heroes. It works a little differently for her than it does in your hands. Also, I haven't actually checked any of the emblem descriptions yet. A princess with the power to control heroes from other worlds. But yeah, she kind of is basically a mage unit, but she has that summoner gimmick to look out for. And speaking of gimmicks, so I was caught off guard by the enchanters in Soren's Paralog, but I remembered very clearly that this one had the other DLC exclusive class, Mage Cannoneer. So, Mage Cannoneers are a unique type of armored unit that shoots magic blasts from a long distance. Their damage uses a different formula to normal magical damage. It's actually partially based on dexterity, and there's also a different formula for its hit rate. The hit rate, I think, gets less accurate the further they are away from the target. But yes, this is a Mage Cannoneer, and it has a pretty big range of attack. Fortunately, it's by the time we actually get into its range, we'll be almost done with the map anyway, so it's not really a huge issue to have to fight. But, okay then. So, I definitely want to try out my new Clan Camilla combo. And, I'm not sure we even need Ivy for this. I do want to bring Vale. got Yunaka and Sigurd. Maybe she could sit this one out, because I want to bring Anna. There are no emblems that are from Veronica's world. She is the lonely heir, after all. But she does have special dialogue with Anna. Now, I like to have a refresher on both sides of the map, as well as both a physical and a magical unit. This side of the map seems to, I think, have more generals. So I'd probably rather have more of the mages over on this side. So okay, nothing more to say here. Let's move out. And you get this tutorial in the Fel Xenologue if you don't do this one beforehand. Fire artillery shells from a long distance away, be mindful of their range. Yeah, it's displayed differently when you're locking in all ranges, which is cool.
Divine One, I fear it may be impossible for us to reach Emblem Veronica on this terrain.
You actually can with flyers, but if you want to make things a little easier...
Use these tiles to reach my position.
Why are you telling us how to beat you? I thought you were a jerk.
We should split into teams and head for the activation tiles.
Before anything else happens, though...
Once I defeat you, I will make you mine.
And then you will have legendary alts, summer alts, New Year's alts, Halloween alts, Christmas alts, all of the alts.
Poor thing. You're useless.
Poor thing, you're useless. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, these guys, of all the people to be summoned by, these enemies are all like, really? Of all the people, we had to get her, right? Well, I guess we're bound by a contract. So yeah, she summons a whole bunch of reinforcement fabrications. So, in your hands, Summon Hero works a little differently, but I've already explained that. Now, this is actually really cool. This, I believe, is a totally new song. I think it's based on the Heroes Book 6 map theme. It does sound a little similar with these sinister, evil-sounding violins. Veronica definitely seems associated with violin music. Or at the very least, the Kingdom of Embla is associated with violin music. But, I think this is actually, again, I do believe this is a new song to the DLC. They made new songs for... Well, there's an archer there. That could be a problem. If I do use Fëanor with the engage, I don't trust that one to be the first to attack. See, here, I would really like Dimitri, but of course, I'm not on Dimitri. And thus, the Emblem of Rivals. It's just how they work. This could be bad, but we'll see. Oh, I could have warped her and then killed that, but oh well. Okay, so now...
Neat, right? Emblem engage!
It's fan service time! So, with Camilla, yep, I can fly all the way over here. I was really hoping that I could one-round you with one of these weapons. Okay, Bold Axe doesn't really have the best. So originally I was actually planning for Veronica to be Clan's new emblem, but I'm gonna try Camilla at first. Yeah, it's just when you're doubling, that extra, like those extra points of magic do make a huge difference.
Don't worry.
I may have to worry, we'll see. Yeah, I do believe I need to engage for this to be most effective.
You'll take nothing from me.
There we go.
Mediocre.
I Jerk Veil is interesting, let's just say. I don't think I'll need a Fire Tome, but yeah, I think it's probably better if I get Amber in there with Seedol rather than Dance for Veil, because I sort of, like, he might be able to pick off that, Sage with his Longbow. But yeah, with this, I'm finally gonna, just in case these mages end up being a problem, I'm gonna engage. I'm gonna finally be able to have to talk about a new Fire Emblem game in a Paralog, because we've got Heroes. I never really got to talk about my thoughts on Heroes in Engage yet. Firstly, though, let's just see how things go here, because I want to make sure Lapis doesn't... Oh, that's probably fine. Oh, no chance to hit anyway.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah, in another file when I played this, I actually got to really appreciate Aaliyah's Bomb Forger skill. I hope that Bow Knight doesn't do 50 damage. I mean, given how powerful bows are against flyers, it's entirely possible they might do 50 damage. Well, you're dead. I love the fact that I can counterattack Thunder.
You'll get no sympathy from me.
Though I just realized I'm a little light on healers, in general, not just on that half of the map. Okay, good. I read that as 54 for a second. She's fine. I love the way that sunlight looks going through those windows, but she should be fine. She should be fine. So, right, yeah. I would very much appreciate... Yeah, if I killed you, I should be able to... Although I think Clan will be able to one-round that general anyway, so maybe it's better if I... Or not. Yeah, maybe this isn't exactly the best thing in the world. I mean, I suppose that's just the way that emblems work. You sort of experiment, and if you find one that doesn't really work, you can always, you know, go and chain things up.
Did it hurt?
Okay. Forget if Camilla said that in Fates or not. But, like, here at least, we do get to see Clan using a physical weapon a little more. Yeah, I do really love this. Like, I think one of these songs in Heroes was called something like Sinister, and I think it definitely meant puppet strings, but, like, in my head, I always sort of headcanon that as, like... Because the song itself, the map theme for Book 6, I mean, is basically just, like, evil violin playing. Like, just absolutely the most villainous sounding of violins you can ever imagine. Is there a way I can potentially get you to safety? We'll see. For now, though, that general is absolutely not in any real sense of safety at all.
I'm more than just a fell dragon. An obstacle in need of removing.
That, I mean, not that quote, but the quote she said for critting there. I was really tempted to use that as, wait, maybe actually I did use that for, her, bio quote. It's been a little while since I made that. Okay, well, I guess you need to get this crit. Thank you! Jumping almost as high as that
You'll get no sympathy
archway structure, hilariously. And I was like, wait, why are there only 3 people? And I was like, oh no, Clan went really far ahead. Fortunately, I don't like the fact that I'm kind of stuck here with Anna having to shoot you instead of, move any further.
Thanks for the business.
Yeah, I'll talk about Heroes when things get a little calmer and I can afford to not, actually talk about, like, other topics. That is not a great weapon, so I probably need to heal with Jean right now. I don't know why that thief is totally stationary. Stationary, yeah, I make it sound like that thief is a piece of, like, is like a letter. But okay, I hope this works. I'm so glad this isn't Radiant Dawn, otherwise I would be forced to equip that staff as a weapon.
They're strong.
Like, equipable staves was an interesting idea in theory, but, like, in practice it was just more used for, like, lols than anything else. And by lols, I mean Oliver killing endgame bosses with a staff because it's funny. I very much appreciate having a non-laggy map, though. Just saying. Oh, right, that's Fracture. I don't want Clan getting Fracture staffed. You know what? Maybe I will do this. Engage plus, and then... I have Bond Forger, which means Aaliyah is almost unhittable right now. Because he's got 2 people with emblems within 2 spaces. Yeah, I've got 95 Avoid here. I don't think I've ever done this before in a playthrough, but, no, in this playthrough, using, Engage Plus on, Jean, but it might work. Let's see. And yeah, barely any accuracy against me. That would have been really, really eating my words if that had hit. I like those little ponds there. Okay, well, you didn't get broken at least. I think that other guy does more damage than that. That's gonna do... Oh, yikes. Well. Okay, well, I got lucky there, but that was not a good move. Yeah, I should have checked your stats better, because you are, yeah, just a paladin. Like, yeah, these Great Axe Paladins are kind of a pain, because it's harder for Clan to one-round them. Well, that's fun, and I'm gonna lose my engage with Camilla eventually anyway. I think that kills both of them?
Hurry up and die!
Everyone's getting the out-of-character emblem quote today. And there we go, both down. And unlike Ticky's Breaths, we do get experience for that. Speaking of Ticky's Breaths, I actually haven't used Ticky in a while. So that's a shame. I do like her on Tamara quite a lot. Unfortunately, yeah, this combo with Clan I don't think is working out for me as well as I hoped it would. It's the lack of magic boost. Clan really needs that. And let's do Catac... I mean, that sets that space on fire, and I don't think I want that, because that might mean the Sage can't actually reach me. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a Elf Under Poke here. Okay, that's a defense minus, but it's not like that's gonna actually matter. And get you further in, because yeah, definitely enjoying Soren with,
You're so nice to me.
with Vale. Because that is just the thing. Like I've already... That's a Wolf Knight. I do not want to get attacked by a Wolf Knight, especially since it will probably double. And I don't even kill with Obscurite. And you can also reach... that was actually not a good idea. Huh. If that might be one of the first times that's actually been useful to me. Because let's just calculate this. Like, Vale will take 25 from you. And she'll take a little damage from that. But Vale will get some health back with Soren. Does that affect yourself? That could actually be kind of helpful. Never thought I'd see the day when reposition would be useful, but, speaking of things being useful and things not being useful, right. Actually, I can hit you, then go into range for Anna to...
Descends now.
Okay.
I had to stop you.
For Anna to get Divinely Inspiring. Yeah, actually, Divinely Inspiring reminds me of a lot of the skills from Heroes. I mean, technically, Jadorn would be probably much more effective at doing this, but yay, 0 hit rate, nice. I think it's because I think Bondforger also benefits. So just me forgetting a lot of the skills, but effect, yeah, that would be Bondforger, wouldn't it? Yeah, and allies within 2 spaces that are synced during it. Yeah, so Anna is like stupid, and also the hit rate. Like, what the heck is this hit rate? However, oh, that's fun. That's really fun. I don't get to counterattack the Archer, but still. I believe this massive HP is also being... Okay, wow.
Thank you, Divine One.
I heard that, like, some of the fist animations, look like almost fighting game level combos. That was a Smash Bros combo right there. Like, that was the kind of, like, that's the kind of Smash Bros aerial combo that I am always envious of. I just cannot do air game in Smash Bros. It's just not, it just doesn't work. I'm just not good at it. But, like, that right there, that is how you air combo in Smash Bros.
It was a good
Also,
try.
holy crap, this is a lot of damage with Feyenoord on a non-flyer. Speaking of Feyenoord on a flyer, although, do you also have a longbow? No, you don't. Okay. Oh, but I have lower HP, so probably best, because I think she will probably die if that happens. So let's not do that. Let's instead fly over here. I'm making use of flyers definitely more than I did in my first attempt at this map. Hi there. Right. I need to heal.
Do not suffer.
The contrast between those quotes.
Mediocre.
And that quote. Yeah, it's weird when you switch between, like, your regular, quotes and your engage quotes.
You'll take nothing from me.
An
An obstacle obstacle in need of removal.
Maybe that apparently didn't do reflect. Okay. Also, wait, what? Okay. Oh, unfortunately, she doesn't kill you though. But not really sure why you decided to attack Anna there. I mean, if you'd attacked somebody with a longbow, they wouldn't have been able to counter. But, okay then. So it might look like the coast is relatively clear. It's actually not. Just to kind of spoil things, Veronica will summon more units when you get closer to the two switches. So, right. Let's, first up, go for... I mean, I know that I probably need to use Dragon Blast eventually, and if I don't use it here, I won't use it probably at all, but... I sort of wanted to do that, and now... Right. Got that attuned going... Which means Jean, hey, Jean has 40 effective speed now. So, yeah. In fact, that actually means he doesn't get doubled by the Wolf Knight. Though he still has to take a hit first, and I doubt that's going to really work out. Oh, you're totally stationary. No, let's not engage with Master just yet. I'm just a little concerned about sending Lapis in here, because I worry that I'm going to trip the reinforcements. And if I'm doing this, I should probably do it from 3 range. Because that would mean, yeah. I don't get counterattacked and poisoned. And that is a Wolf Knight. It is not a bow user, so I can probably afford to get attacked by that. But now we have the matter that is that Wolf Knight.
Awaiting orders.
Although, oh wait, there is a mage up there. And it's... I think I remember that. Yeah, it is Thunder. Right, so you're gonna get it. You're gonna... I know now not to use Great Ether with Thunder Mages, because they'll always be out of the Great Ether. I do wonder, though, if... Okay. Although, actually... No, let's just try this out. You will attack my boyfriend, says Soren. I wonder if this is like a combo that Ike and Soren actually did pick up while they were traveling the world together. I mean, considering like the ending that he leaves with just Soren or with Ranulf, then it kind of makes sense that the two of them, if they're traveling the world as mercenaries, they'd probably have their own like moves they'd do. Unless it one-shots her.
Mediocre.
That will never not be hilarious. And okay, how... 47 attack on... Oh, actually, no, 21 defense. I mean, she is a dragon. It kind of makes sense she's a little bulky, but... Okay, yeah, that's actually a lot of movement. I can go all the way up here, and then... I suppose I can equip Thunder to counter. Yeah, it's just... If only Clan had a little more magic. It's just like... That's the thing, like, Corrin kind of, or at least a mage-focused emblem is really what makes the clan build that I've got going. Because he just needs a little more magic in order to one-round things, most of the time. I hope this is fine. So, hello? You are getting counterattacked for nothing! Again! See, it's because Clan consistently doubles, those extra points of magic really help, because you're getting, like, effectively double the damage out of those extra points of magic. It's kind of Clan's thing, like, his mediocre magic is balanced out by... Like, I'm sort of doing, like, the rough equivalent of, like, putting Lyn on, like, a slightly slow unit, like Citrine. In the sense that, like... His mediocre magic is meant to be balanced out by the fact that he's one of the few mages in Engage who can consistently double, but when you give him more magic, suddenly he doubles consistently and hits hard. And then he gets pretty strong, but he does really like that extra magic. So, like, yeah, this is a learning process, I guess, of trying out these emblems. Now, this Wolf Knight's probably dead. But yeah, it is. I wonder if Camilla would do better on Yunaka. Didn't even mean for you to be in the Great Ether, that general, I mean, because Veil just kills you regardless, but okay. I've got 2 mages here. And Veil's run out of Soren, so she's gonna go ahead and finish off this general. But again, you have to be careful here.
Good night.
Did I have heard her say that before? Because, okay, I can, I'm out of Camilla, which means I can't actually fly over there and whack you with Camilla's axe. Right, yeah. Gotta be mindful of that too, which means that, sadly, Amber is gonna have to do this job himself. All these mages, all for Amber. Some people have said that Hector can actually be quite good on Amber, speaking of, like, emblem combos, because he's, like, the thing with Hector is that, unlike in Three Houses, the way Crit Riposte works is, it doesn't, like, change the formula so that you're outspeeding the enemy. Like, the way that it works in Three Houses is that if Quick Riposte is active, you double and the enemy doesn't double. But with Hector, if the enemy is already doubling you, he won't make them not double. He'll just make you double, and so you'll both be double.
Just like a hero.
If that makes sense. So, what some people have said is that Hector can be quite good on a character who has enough speed to avoid getting doubled, but not enough speed to double the enemy in return, and that is Amber. So, yeah, that could actually be useful on him in some cases. I got rid of your physical weapon for some reason. Although,
This item is not for sale!
Marth has a rapier. So, that's a possibility. Yeah. But since I'm unlikely to need to Lodestar Rush anything else in this map, I might as well burn it here to avoid getting hit.
My prayers are with you!
I mean, that one doesn't sound as dumb as her other Marth quote.
I cannot afford to lose!
She also gets the backup bonus of an extra attack out of that. And yeah, Anna's level ups aren't, like, looking that good, but it's because she's capped most of her relevant stats. Like, she's got capped magic, capped dexterity, resistance, luck, yeah. There aren't a lot of stats that, like, she has good growth in that she can still gain. And, Jean is still going, okay. So... And there's a great weapon over there. It would, like, as hilarious as it would be to do this with like the drag, like I would love to strike first and just obliterate that thing with the dragon fist, but
Guided by the emblems.
I need oh, Jean actually sounds pretty cool when he says that. But yeah, I need to use the ranged weapon there. So okay, I probably should get rid of you. Yeah, you know what, why not?
My moment has arrived.
I wouldn't, I think that's a Claude quote. That sounds like a Claude quote to me. It
was a good try.
Like, it doesn't really sound like something Edelgard would say, and like Dimitri, that would be more of a pre-time skip Dimitri thing here, which admittedly this is... Oh, I can do this, I can get my flying back. So yeah, I want to say that's Claude. Also, hi there. You are completely ineffectual. Yeah, don't expect much out of this guy. Like, enemy mage cannoneers are not really all that dangerous. They mostly just ineffectually shoot things at you and don't do much.
Thank you, Divine One.
So, again, like, this combo, surprisingly good.
Enjoy dying.
But okay, this is either, it's probably going on one of the sides. She sometimes summons from below too. Ah, it's going there, okay, right. And she'll also summon on the other side too, so like, you'll have to deal with two waves of enemies on either of the sides of the map, or you can just have a bunch of flyers just burst through and attack Veronica, but unlike the last map, I'm not going to handle it that way. Oh no, I don't want this. Well, yeah, no, I do not want a Brave Swordmaster attacking, you at all. Although, with Seedol, is there a way that I can actually do this? Let's see. Okay, so step one, you die.
Do not suffer.
See, I actually really love just how good magic users are against generals in Engage. Like, one of the things that I love so much about Engage's gameplay is that every, like, class, sort of type, has its own clearly defined role. Like, it's very hard to beat enemy armored units without mages or armor-effective weapons. Whereas, like, you know, bow users are really good for killing flyers. Although, okay, so if I knock you down to 15 or less, can Veil do that from here? 41, and that's exactly enough. Of course, this plan relies on everybody hitting. And, like, honestly, I don't need to do this. I could just move back and only expose myself to certain things. Also, that's defense -2, so Amber now is even more likely to one-shot you. But actually, yeah, Draconic Hex would have been good here just to give myself a little bit more reliable hit rate, but still.
I won? I won!
I gave her favorite food, and I did not even, and I botched the meal, so I didn't get a, packed lunch at all. I should have swapped that out pre-chapter for, Draconic Hex, as I was saying. Well, I mean, there's no real reason for me not... Oh, actually, that accuracy is bad. Hang on, can I get Aaliyah any... Well, I can only get Aaliyah any close with Warp. Which I don't think is worth it right now. Okay, we can try this. Here we go, a red banana!
It was a good try.
And the reason why I call it that, for those who don't know, is that I always felt like the tip of a arid bar looked like a banana. It looks so much like a banana to me. I think it only really works in my accent as well, because arid bar I think is still arid bar even in American pronunciation. I'm super tempted to do this and then just...
Here I go!
Well, here's the thing. I was gonna say just donk that Mage Cannoneer, but I don't even think I can. Because Clan is... Oh, wait, no. No, it does work with the Levin Sword. Okay, I can do this. I mean, it's not totally necessary.
Glad that's over with.
Man, momentum is good with, Camilla at least. May need more assistance over on that side. So, okay, what you doing, enemies? I had a feeling you would be doing that, and thankfully I should not die. Oh, that's cool. You can see Soren using his wind magic there. Okay, so this should be going on the other side. Yeah, there we go. So that's batch number 2 of enemies. And that's right when I ran out of bows on Lapis, of course. We have that Brave Sword Swordmaster. Oh, but that works. Hopefully. Hope I don't get, like, the miss, but it's true hit, so I should be fine. Goodbye.
Prince Diamond! I did it!
And also, I mean, Flashing Fist art is sort of scary, but, I mean, I can also go dance, and then... I mean, technically with Cedo up here, this side's basically 4 people. I have Ike back. Oh, I have Soren back, so with Soren I should be able to take out the other guy, which is Veil, but we'll see. If not, I can pivot Clan over there.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
That's one advantage to having Camilla on Clan, I guess. Can upgrade that, I suppose.
Ready to help. Emblem, engage!
I'm liking that I'm getting to show off more of Soren here, though. I may actually have to. If I don't get the crit here, I'm gonna have to send Clan back here. Okay, there we go.
Mediocre.
Just, again, that never gets old. So now we have a Griffin, a Wyvern, and... Oh, a thing with a bow that probably needs to die right now. See, unfortunately, I don't really want, that doesn't actually kill you, okay. I guess the scaling of the enemies is starting to catch up with me a bit, because normally I'm starting to not one-round things that I used to be able to one-round. Well, how about this? Also, for good measure, let's put some flames here. It's not really going to affect much, though, because most of the things here are flyers, but... I don't know if this is going to be really all that useful, but we'll see. So I go back there. Fortunately, I can't quite get Aaliyah in on this, but my aim is to maybe get Anna within Radiant Bow range of one of the flyers. So, okay, I definitely still overkill these with bows.
I won't let you do what you want!
Yeah, now the warrior can still reach people. So I do probably need to kill the warrior. I don't think there's a way to move Lapis such that Anna does not get attacked by a Wyvern. Because if you went here, I could block off one of them from attacking Anna. Oh, that's in a different pattern, though. Can you actually even get through that? let's see if this works. Oh, and that heals me a bit. Right, hello there is kind of bad. Flashing Fist better not do 12 damage. Oh. Actually, I don't think you could even get in range because of the water. She's definitely fine. There's no way that Wyvern is going to do like 40 damage to her. Another elixir. Yeah, this map really likes giving you elixirs, and I thought that would happen, but that's fine. In fact, it's better than fine because I can shoot you down next turn. Okay, so we should be ready to basically end this because Anna can blast you. I just need somebody in range to step on the switches.
I cannot afford to.
Because as the game will tell you, if you only step on one of them in the same turn, you have to actually step on both of them.
Nothing happens when it's just the one. What if we were to activate both at once?
I am getting on that.
We should try step...
The problem is I actually have to end my turn on that in order to press the button. So in that case, maybe it's actually better if I do this. Have Clan just move one space down, and then use like a healing item. And then use one of their moves to... I already used Goddess Dance. Well, then that changes things. Now you go here and use the antitoxin. Also...
What? The islands are shaking!
This is insanely cool! I love this gimmick so much! We have merged the continents.
Well, it seems we have ourselves a path. Now we can bring the fight to Emblem Veronica.
And she really should be worried because she doesn't really have a lot of loyal subjects left. Okay, that's a spear.
I'm with you.
I think if I put Veil here, but let's not have her equip bolting because that would be a terrible idea. It's easy to accidentally do that when you're like, you know, quote-unquote testing ranges and the like. Let's get Amber a little closer. Usually once Veronica gets up to you, she doesn't really last that long. But I'm curious whether or not she's going to come for us immediately or whether she's going to stay still and summon. Because usually once, like, you get this aggro... Like, once you press the switches and fully aggro Veronica, she summons some more enemies from the bottom of the map, which is normally against the rules, isn't it? But screw the rules, she has Gacha. Yeah, speaking of which, so regarding Fire Emblem Heroes, I can kind of,
An obstacle in need of removing.
start talking about this now. Oh, she can move and summon at the same time. I suppose I'll show the animation while I talk about this. Heroes is an interesting game for me. When I first, like, played it back in 2017, and it's kind of amazing it's still been going, as of, you know, recording this video. But yeah, when I first played it, like, I actually thought it was a great way of translating the gameplay of Fire Emblem to, well, finally Clan's actually won, rounding something reliably with Camilla. But I thought it was a great way of translating, the gameplay of Fire Emblem to a smaller field.
Did it hurt?
And I also like the fact that it's, for like a mobile gacha game, it was actually pretty, pretty feasible to stay free to play. Like, it wasn't really all that difficult to be a free-to-play player in that. You get a lot of orbs just by playing chapters naturally. And also at the time, and you'll get to see some dialogue here, I actually quite like the story of Heroes. Particularly Book 1 and Book 2, and a little bit of Book 3.
Are you of the Order of Heroes? No. You're rather small, aren't you?
Order of Heroes? What a cool name! I'm not familiar, though. Maybe you met my sister. I believe my sisters are in your world, too. Ooh, I wonder what kind of goods they were selling.
Apparently, photographs of people in swimsuits.
You're unusual. You must be from an interesting family.
Well, I mean, Veronica's own family is kind of messed up as well, so yeah. But yeah, at the time, though, the most recent Fire Emblem game released was Fate, so it kind of makes sense why I thought the story of Heroes was good. Aha. Can I? I think I can. Well, I mean, there are some pretty crazy action economy combos you can do in Heroes, so it kind of makes sense to take her down with Houses Unite Plus, hopefully.
Should I have held back?
But yeah, also, I pride myself on the fact that I totally called the plot twist of Heroes Book 3 entirely based on the lyrics to the boss theme. Like, I heard, like, throw away everything to bring a dead world back to life, sacrifice another self, and I'm like, huh. And Liv kind of looks like, yeah, I see where this is going. And yeah, was totally correct about that. Right, yeah, I can actually do this. Feel bad for not letting Vale get in on the end boss fight, but oh wait, I need to get Aaliyah's boss combos. Okay, weird use of time crystal. I'm gonna go back to before Jean attacked because let's just show the boss dialogue.
You've come far. Well done.
If we defeat you here, do you promise you'll join us?
Only if you get, like, the 5% focus rate of the Brave Heroes banner I was in.
You have little to gain from that. I, on the other hand, stand to acquire a new hero for my forces.
Is Aaliyah really that good in the Heroes meta, though? I mean, I haven't heard much about Aaliyah in the Heroes meta. I haven't played... The thing with Heroes is, I have not played it in a very long time, so I'm very out of touch with the meta of Heroes. I hear at one point, like, Hegemon Edelgard was really overpowered, and then at one point, like, Grima was overpowered, but... Because not only did I stay fully free to play in Heroes, I also, I also never used skill inheritance. I just felt that it took away the uniqueness of the characters. And I much preferred just to use people with their natural kits. Like, I just felt like that just made, like, at the time, you know, close counter and distant counter were like Takumi and Hector's thing, and removing that and giving it to other people it just didn't feel right to me.
Professor!
I think now we've heard all three of the house leaders' reactions to this.
Let's do this! That's it! Don't hold this.
But another thing about Heroes as well, okay, so like I was just saying, I fell out of Heroes, and I fell out of it because of two reasons. Well, one, the skills started going from like a simple and really nice translation of Fire Emblem gameplay into a mobile format to advanced calculus and trigonometry. Like, what is this? Like, what the heck is this? How do they expect anyone to keep track of things like this?
So strong.
And that was also around the point that the story of Book 4 started to completely lose me. Like, people give Engage's story flack. I'm fine with Engage's story, but Book 4 was like, there's a literal sex fairy, the main villain's motivation is just incest, and they also can clone themselves. Also, Alphonse and the summoner swap roles, and Alphonse is dead, except he's not really dead because the villain who said Alphonse was dead lied for no reason. Admittedly, though, I liked Book 5. I actually did play through all of Book 5. Book 5, I enjoyed it, and then I started, like, the first 3 chapters of Book 6, and then I fell out of it again. And then I found out about what the story of Book 7 is like, and...
Why? Why do I always lose? This is not fair.
It's because we're Fire Emblem Heroes! I'm sorry, that was awful, but, But also, yeah, Veronica is experiencing the true villain feeling. You know, there's only so many defeats you can take before you either completely lose it and have one final battle with the heroes and die, or switch sides.
You said the victor commands the vanquished. Does that mean you'll join us now? We're fighting for peace in this world.
And I know which side of those Veronica fell into, but, again, because I stopped playing Book 6, I forget exactly how it happened.
Your cause doesn't concern me.
As the princess of an empire, you must have fought for the sake of your people. We're doing the same thing here. I'm sure you can understand that.
A ruler's duty is to the people. Indeed. I have said as much before.
I think this is a reference to a conversation she has with Surtur in Book 2, where she's like, I just want to conquer Asker, you want to burn it to the ground, therefore I'm going to betray you now.
But I did all that I could for Embla, and still my goals were forever out of reach.
I also find it funny how, like, I used to think the naming of Embla was because of it sounds like emblem, but actually it comes from, I think, the Norse word for elm, which is a lot more significant in Book 6.
You have many allies, and the power to summon emblems. Is that not enough? You already have all you could possibly need.
That's kinda true, but on the other hand, you are disgustingly busted as an emblem.
We could always use more help. I, for one, would feel a lot better with you on our side.
I have nothing to offer you.
That's not true. You're a strong and capable leader. You'd be a powerful friend to have.
You really do say strange things. Friendship doesn't interest me, but perhaps it is better than being alone.
That's called being a tsundere.
Fine. You may use my power for a time.
Thank you, Emblem Veronica. Let's head back. Your new allies are all going to be happy to meet you.
We'll see about that. It has been a long time since I've been among a crowd. I'm not accustomed to such things. Still, the thought is not an unpleasant one. I will speak with these allies of yours.
You might recognize a few of them. I like to think that, like, Veronica would recognize all of the emblems, but they wouldn't recognize her, because the emblems are the versions from, like, the actual original, like, games, or at least with their memories, whereas, the Heroes, I think, operates on a different, I mean, you know, if everything in Heroes was canon, then, Matthew would know what some of the characters would be aware of their fates, let's just say.
Well done.
But, yeah, so back to the topic of, that was kind of hard to see. But okay, so, yeah, I talked about why I fell out of Heroes, but one other final thing regarding Heroes that I really wanted to discuss in a video sometime is that I've talked about this with, like, friends who are into gacha games, particularly Genshin Impact, which is also, like, a really big gacha game, and I seem to have a natural immunity to gacha temptation. It's weird. Like, when I tell people that I've managed to, that I played Heroes for like 5 years and stayed totally free to play the whole time, never spent a single cent on orbs, people are often really shocked. They're like, you must be really disciplined. And I'm like, really? See, here's the thing. Here's my logic. I have 2 reasons why I don't like spending money on gacha games. Number 1. If I were to be paying microtransactions for randomized content, well then I might as well buy trading cards, because at least then, I would be getting an actual physical product out of it. Like, it's not like paying for a DLC character in a fighting game, because it's just like you're guaranteed to have that character, whereas like, when it's totally randomized, and when there's no end to the amount you can spend, that's where I have a problem. Because again, like, if I was spending that much, I might as well buy trading cards or Warhammer or something, because I'm getting something physical out of my money. 2, all gacha games end their service one day. When that happens, all of that money that you spent, if you, people spend thousands on gacha, and I'm just like, once the servers close down, all that money is just gone. Like, you've got nothing to show for that money. I mean, people say the experience and, like, the fun and memories, but again, I'd rather have something physical if I'm spending that much money on something. The other thing I've heard some people say is that, like, oh, it's like showing your appreciation for the developers. It's like, you know, I like this game, so I'm going to pay this money to support you. But, like, with that, I'd probably set myself, like, a spending limit. There was a Pokemon, like, free-to-play game on the 3DS that handled it, in my opinion, in a very interesting way. It capped how much money that you could spend, and once you spent about the equivalent price of a full 3DS game, it just wouldn't let you spend any more. But at the same time, like, you know, whenever there's, like, a new banner that comes out, I don't get the whole temptation to spend money on them. I'm just like, yeah, I can take it or leave it. If I get lucky and if I get the character I like with my free orbs, good. If not, I'll usually get someone else good. I don't know how many other people think like me. I just seem to have been born with an immunity to gacha. And with that, next time we'll be giving Veronica to someone, and it's already time for the final Divine Paralog. See you all then.